Being a small paper, I do a little bit of everything. Fixing the front door, and I love learning people's stories because everybody has a story.
The words written by Dave Taylor tell the stories of people, of the little city of Hawesville, Kentucky. And it's all here in the Hancock Clarion. It's the good stuff. He's the features guy. Girlfriend Jamie D. Hunt started this scrapbook to fill with Dave's columns.
And then this was your first one without a picture, and I said, those don't get enough shares on Facebook, so I'm his manager.
Dave never wrote about himself here. It was always about the people of Hawesville. But a day in April changed the columns.
I began having trouble swallowing, and that's when they discovered that I had stage 4 esophageal cancer. They moved to my liver and my stomach. I had one moment of kind of despair near the beginning. It was just the realization that cancer wasn't going away. It wasn't quitting. It was trying to kill me all day, every day.
Then Dave thought, as someone who tells stories, who's living this, he could do something to help people. He could start a new column, What I Learned from Dying. The columns include what kind of old man would I have been, how to live intentionally. It is well with my soul.
I've had several people come up and tell me that they've had family members who've died of cancer, and they always wondered what they were going through, but they never would say. So it gives them a little perspective on, what their loved ones went through. What's important when you're about to die should be just as important when you're living.
It was a huge leap of faith for me to buy a scrapbook. I honestly didn't know, will I get to put 2 weeks of columns in here and will the rest remain empty? I just did it, and I love every week cutting out his columns. And this one was you talking about all your weight loss and how you'd weighed 265 and then you weighed 187. But yeah, so this was supposed to be Everyone Needs a Jamie, and he wrote this beautiful column. It was just all about me.
And so Dave decided to ask a question to the person who's been here through all of this.
I'm pretty convinced I wouldn't be here if not for her, and I would have been gone a long time ago.
Since April, Dave's undergone difficult chemo treatments. Neuropathy in his fingers made it harder to type, and he wasn't sure he'd make it through a week in September. But the column continues.
The week that he was in the hospital, basically in a coma, I wrote the column for him from my perspective. I felt in that moment Dave was in a burning building of cancer. Maybe I couldn't extract him, but I could sit in the fire with him and he wouldn't be alone. Yeah. I have chosen almost every second of every day since April 27th to love him without fear, and I hope you have surprises as uplifting as Dave has been to me. While I wish that my scrapbook was filled with all the adventures that we get to have, my journey with Dave and our love is different. I love that scrapbook very much. I'm very proud of him.
In Hawesville, Kentucky, I'm Forrest Sanders.